Hey everyone, hey, welcome back. Episode 384. This is about onboarding your Xandeum pNodes. So those pNodes are the provider nodes, the storage provider nodes that you can use to actually help run and secure the Xandeum storage network, the storage layer for the Solana smart contracts that scales to exabytes and more. And if you've bought any of those pNodes, the pNodes are sold out, right? There was high demand. They are all sold out. I just got a message today of someone that I met personally, actually, like a year ago here in Vegas. And they missed out and they were asking like, hey, can I get another pNode? Well, you need to wait for the next era, right? Because we're in the Deep South era. The Deep South is almost done. So we're coming out with the Munich release as fast as we can. It's going to be out there faster than you think. But you need to wait until we're in the South era. The Munich release is there. I can't really tell you how long it takes, but maybe a month from now or so, there should be another pNode sale once we're all on there. But this is about onboarding your pNodes. So we had so many people that bought a license to run a pNode on our DevNet, right? It's an incentivized DevNet. So you're going to get 10,000 XAND, locked XAND, each and every month for running that pNode. The license was 35,000 XAND. So you have your license fee back in, 4 months or something. And that is all awesome. But we only have 121 out of those 300 pNodes onboarded. And in this video, I show you how to onboard them. Hi, Elaine. And this, by the way, live questions are enabled on this. It is not announced as a live AMA or Ask Me Anything or something. But if someone's is there just by accident, we didn't announce it, I'm happy to take questions after I show you what I want you to show here on how to onboard those pNodes. So let's dive right into it. So this is the Xandeum.network website here, and and you can see we have the pNode stuff here, right? So why pNodes matter? If you click here, you should do that. You will get a nice description on why pNodes matter and what pNodes actually are. And this is a wonderful piece of content. It has been written, has been uploaded by Verena, but it has been written by Sean. You see it's got a lot of engagement here. And if you haven't read that, you should read this, like why pNodes matter. So it's on the homepage, Xandeum.network, and you click here on why pNodes matter. This is absolutely a must read. It's a must read for anyone interested in the Xandeum storage layer. And then we have the pNode setup guide here. So that shows you how to technically set up your pNode. I believe it's quite simple. There are a lot of really non-technical guys out there that told me, oh, it's not all that easy. So we're going to make it even easier in the releases that are coming up there and have like a real point and click installer. I feel the way we have it right now, it's just, you just need to set it up once. And some people get stuck on setting it up once, but it's all described there in that setup guide. But once it's set up, it's all, graphical user interface. That is like Solana doesn't have that you cannot manage your validator or something with a graphical user interface. We can do it. It is so super dead simple. You just need to get after that initial setup. That usually takes like about 1 minute, right? If you make a mistake, you might need an hour or so to figure out what mistake you made. But if you do it exactly as it's written in that guide, and we've updated the guide, some people told us, hey, there is something that could be misunderstood. So we worded it in a way that it cannot be misunderstood. And that's about setting up those pNodes. But what I'm talking about today is onboarding your pNode. So 300 wallets have bought a pNode. So we have 300 pNodes out there. That is awesome. we have 121 already onboarded. That is also awesome. But where are the other 279, right? Oh, excuse me, 179. They need to get onboarded. So here's the place where you can do it. Just go to the homepage, Xandeum.network, click on onboard your pNode. And then you get here. And this is a form, right? So you just type in your first name, which is Elaine, just as an example. Is this just an example, right? Cook. And then you paste your Solana wallet address here. You put your email address here. You need your Discord handle. You need to tell us your Discord handle so that we can help you on Discord for support, because you create support tickets, and we want to make that connection here. So please enter your Discord handle here. And then you need your DevNet pNode identity pub key that you can find in the Xanminer GUI, right? So when you set up your pNode, which you do here, according to the setup guide, and then after you've done that, you see your identity pub key there. You paste your identity pub key here, right? Then you need to paste your IP address. So either you run your pNode from home, then we need your home IP address, or you run it in a data center with providers as, you know, cheap as $5 a month, right? So it's not a huge investment. You paste your public IP address here, and then you need to provide a credit card. We charge your credit card with $1, and that $1 is a protective fee. And that is our, you know, simplified way of KYC, know your customer. So we want to make sure each and every wallet address is a different person. So we'll see the name on the credit card, and we see it matches, and we see the country of the credit card, of course, and all these things. All right. Hey, Peter, glad to have you here as well. So, but that's all you need. And then you can do additional notes here, and then you just click on this, and it'll charge you the $1 on your credit card, and then you're done. So it is easy to get onboarded. You will need your public key, so you need to set up your pNode first. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap these buttons here. This button is going to come here, and this button's going to come here, so that we have the 1, 2, 3 order here, right? First, you read why they matter, then you set them up, and then you onboard them. And this will show up here in a few minutes. And yeah, then your pNodes are onboarded, and that's how easy it is. And you know, you need to do it, because if it's not onboarded, there will be no rewards, right? I mean, if you just did it to support us and you paid your 35,000 Xand, that's fine also. But I think like you all want your return on that, right? You want your monthly rewards for running that pNode. You want to gain experience. You want to make yourself a name in the community so that later on you get stake on your pNode, right? And the stake on the pNode is super, super important, because think about it. Even if we have redundancy in the storage, but you know, not every app will run at a 21 redundancy or so, right? And you know, if the app can afford it and say, okay, I want 21 pNodes to store the same data redundantly so that I'm super safe, that is fine. But, you know, 21 redundancy means like they pay 21 times the storage, right? It might not be as cost effective as we want. So, you know, many apps will try to do like 3 or 5 or 7 pNodes as a redundancy, right? Even if it's 7 and we lose 4 of them, you know, it would be a disaster. We will lose data there, right? So in order for that to happen, these pNodes need to be reliable. If you lose data on your pNode, you will get slashed with your stake, right? So you need to have a lot of stake in order to persuade apps to store their data with your pNode rather than with others. But also you need to be reliable if you want to avoid that slashing, right? So the whole staking and the XAND staking right now, the XAND staking works with the Xandeum DAO. So lots and lots of people have staked there. We're just in the process of paying out the reward season 2 rewards for the XAND staking. That's all great. But soon, with one of the next releases, we will have the XAND staking, not in the DAO, but XAND tokens will be staked to specific pNodes. But for all of that, your pNode needs to be onboarded, right? It's not enough to buy one and to pay for it. You need to onboard it, right? So please do that. As long as it's not onboarded, there are no rewards, right? And there might be a deadline where we say, okay, if it's not onboarded until, let's say, May 31st, right? Take that as a deadline. If it's not onboarded by May 31st, we might invalidate your pNode and sell it to someone else, right? We will not refund you for the 35,000 XAND that you paid, because that all goes into the DAO and it's going to be used to fund the further development. But you need to onboard it by May 31st, because we have people waiting in line for pNodes, right? If you don't onboard it by May 31st, it might get lost and we might sell it to other people that are waiting in line. So you really need to do that. So let's go back here. The pNode store is not linked here anymore, or is it? It's not. So let me reload it here. Yeah, we have it in the correct order here now. All right, start here, why pNodes matter, then set it up, and then onboard it, right? Also, let me show you the pNode store. Is that with dashes or not? So I forget. Yeah, here's the pNode store, and you see 300 out of 300 have been sold, and pNodes are sold out. If you want to compliment anyone on this fantastic image, please do so. And yeah, so they are sold out. They are absolutely sold out. So yeah, if you don't onboard them by May 31st, they might go to others that are waiting in line. And let me take the opportunity also to show you again our oh wow, was that me? The skeleton. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Have this, and then let me see if I can get this here running. This one? Okay. So now you see this here with all our eras. And so now what is important here is like, so we're almost releasing Munich here. It's going to have the full setup API, and that's going to be documented. So there will be some documentation, what the API looks like, how to use the actual storage layer. We will also have an initial version of an explorer, so you can explore the full file system. We will have paging already, which is kind of complex stuff, but it's already there in Munich. There's no redundancy yet, and everything is centralized, and there is no find or grep or indexing, and that's coming in the next few releases. So we're going to have basic pNode rewards here in the Ingolstadt release. Yeah, so when are we coming up with the XAND staking, right? So here, this is all about the simple BFT, but then here in the central era, right? The central era is all about the storage BFT, and that's going to be about a stake-based leader schedule, as we see here in the noise release. And we're decentralizing Atlas and the Hilden release and all these type of things. So once we get there, it's all about the stake on your pNode, right? And you, by having bought that pNode, you're in a pole position to get that stake from Xandeum Foundation, because Xandeum Foundation happens to own a lot of Xand, right? And you see that in the tokenomics. So it's hundreds of millions of Xand. And the Xandeum Foundation will set up a program to stake that Xand to pNodes that have good performance and that run not only on mainnet, but also on DevNet/testnet. So you need to have been running your DevNet validator from the get-go in order to qualify for the maximum amount of Xand, and that's what's going to earn you money, and that's what's going to make you a part of this whole storage network, and that's what makes you irreplaceable. So I can only repeat it. You know, if you bought your pNode, that's awesome. I couldn't be more happy than, you know, seeing that many people from the community signing up for that. But onboard it, right? Onboard it. I showed you in this little video how easy it is, and I also explained to you why it is super, super important. So if you like content like this, please give me that like button. It really, really helps the algorithm. I thank you in advance. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment, you know, if you have any questions or remarks or something. And I see the comments are getting more and more advanced. So I look into them from time to time and respond to them myself. And, you know, some of them my team responds, of course. But there's a lot of interesting one that I engage with personally. So it's a great way to build a relationship also with me and with our team, and also to help the channel, because we need this engagement and you know, preferably those comments that evoke new comments, right, where a dialogue is going to happen. And also, we still have the points going on for the airdrop number 2. So many people are asking me, when is airdrop number 2? Well, we have a few things in our pipeline, and unfortunately, the rewards for the Xand staking had some issues there. We didn't make available enough rewards as people were entitled to, due to some error in our code and in our math. So we're in the process of correcting that. So there will be more rewards coming. We advertised like $110,000 worth of rewards in reward season 2, right? So we paid out $110,000 worth of rewards just for 1 quarter, right? For the community, both for the XanSol liquid staking and also for the Xand staking. But this will be corrected upwards, and it's probably going to be north of $200,000, right? Just for 1 quarter, right? So that's almost like $65,000 per month, that we're giving out to the community, just as rewards for liquid staking with us, as rewards for staking their Xand tokens in the DAO, and all these things, right? So that's where we're at, and yeah, if you engage with us on YouTube, but also on X, and you see this is also native on X here. It's being streamed on 2 platforms, both on X and on YouTube. Please engage with it on X as well. Like it on X, watch the video all to the end on both channels, and comment on it on both platforms, right? So that's my ask, and you get points for that, and airdrop number 2 is around the corner. All right. So as I promised, I am taking questions here. So let me just read for you here the live questions that are coming up. Bikram, will there be a specific day of the month where the payouts will be released once onboarded? We don't have that yet. Honestly, I have Verena, who is sitting right here and watching this. And she hasn't started doing the payouts just because we only have 121 onboarded, right? It would be a pity for her to get to work now. And then, as you know, the payouts are just, it's one big DAO proposal. But then if it's only 121 in there, then she has the same work again to do the next DAO proposal for the next batch and stuff like that. She's likely going to start, doing the first payouts before the end of the month. And yeah, and deadline for you guys, May 31st. So if it's not onboarded by May 31st, you might just forfeit your right to run a pNode, right? So, and we also need that, frankly, for Know Your Customer. I mean, the Xandeum Foundation is obliged to know, who you are, where you're located. If you're in countries that are under embargo or stuff like that, obviously you cannot participate. So we need to get that done by May 31st. All right. David Lloyd, you're genuinely decent human being. Oh, thank you. I appreciate how you've literally taken us by the hand and painstakingly leading us to the promised land. Thank you for being a fantastic human being. Well, thank you so much, David. I love reading that stuff, and honestly, this enthusiastic community is absolutely what keeps me going here. And yeah, it's just awesome. And the the love is reciprocal here, right? Yeah. Peter, idea, online auctions of unused pNode licenses like eBay, but effort needs to go to product development in the first place, so probably not. Of course, you mean the effort of creating that auction? Yeah, it's a great idea. I kind of like that. Not sure. Maybe there's even auction sites already there on Solana because, NFTs are being auctioned off all the time, right? We can just create an NFT for like pNode 298 and another NFT for pNode 200 something, put it out there on like Magic Eden or something, and then it's automatically auctioned off, right? And boom, whoever gets that NFT within, a certain number of days, will get that pNode. So that might be a great idea, Peter. Thank you. Wonders of the world. I can't get it to work with Contabo and my MacBook so far. I would love to onboard, but unfortunately I haven't managed it yet. Okay, so yeah, I mean, open that support ticket, right? We're happy also to do live screen sharing sessions to do that. Yeah. So if you open that support ticket, someone, it could be me, it could be Brad, it could be Kaveen, or anyone knowledgeable might just do a screen sharing session with you and show you how it works. All right, we have Moon Lady here again. Hi everyone. Hi Moon Lady. So installing it is the challenge, certainly not the onboarding. Yeah, I get that. Okay. So Peter, just a friendly note, I noticed doc update on GitHub today. I'm watching you. Yeah, awesome. That's what it's for. It's all open source, right? If anyone out there is, understands the code, can help us make it better, and if it's just typos somewhere in the comments or so, or just can make the code better or add some stuff that we haven't thought of, let us know. The doc change and also the Xandeum Agave change that was there probably yesterday or so, that's all for the Munich release, right? So we're in the last phases of doing the Munich release. We forgot a few things that we need for Munich. And these have been added now, both to the dock and to the Xandeum Agave. So it's great you're watching us, and that's the purpose of this, right? So almost all of this, I think it's 7 or 8 repository. Do we know the number right now? It was 7, right? Yeah, 7 repositories are open source. They are, by the way, not only open source, but they have a permissive license. So the license is called Apache 2 license. So that means anyone can take the code, make modifications, and make the modified version, the so-called derived work, make that closed source or make it a commercial product or something like that, right? And Solana itself has that. It's released under the Apache 2 license, and we just took that same license for all of these things, and we feel that's quite exciting. And the whole project is going to be totally, when we get to that central era where we make the Byzantine fault tolerance with the pNodes and everything, and it's all like blockchain grade storage, then everything will be open source, right? That centralized storage that we're building right now, that's the only piece that we keep closed source for now, just to make sure we, get that head start and onboard all these pNodes so that we have a community that's ready to go, and that is, hard to copy for possible copycats, right? Okay. So, Peter, again, not a question. As for installing, I don't want to self-promote here, but there is a YouTube tutorial that could help. Setting up a pNode for a Xandeum network walkthrough. Yeah, there are, several guys in the community now that can help. There's Peter's a thing, and I don't know, you can probably just post the link here in the comments on this video, Peter. And there's another guy named Nicolo who is very active in helping people getting their pNodes onboarded. So yeah, there's an active community here that can do that. All right, Wada, hello from Nigeria. So hey, good to see you. We have a lot of guys from Nigeria. Last time with the AMA, we had 2 others, I believe, that we talked to online. And Wonders of the World. Okay, so there's a question whether it also works on a Mac. On a Mac, everything's easier than on Windows, right? So a life hack for you, use a Mac, okay? Then Mike Ibube, hi, please can the airdrop 2 happen before this month end? We do it as fast as we can. We just need to do one thing after the other. And then when there's a problem with one stuff, it unfortunately delays all the other things. So we'll do it as fast as we can. It doesn't seem impossible to do it before the end of this month. Then Bikram again, thank you again for the compliment. Ehindero, please can you come again about the NFT? Yeah, we just create an NFT for the remaining pNodes, right? So if there's any pNodes that haven't been onboarded by the end of the month, then they will be available for other people that don't have a pNode yet. And we want to auction them off. So if there's like 7 pNodes that haven't been onboarded, we create 7 NFTs for all of these 7 pNodes. And then we put them out on Magic Eden. And on Magic Eden, these NFTs will be auctioned off, right? So we set a duration, like 5 days, and whoever has the highest bid after 5 days gets that NFT. And then, you show us your NFT, okay, you got it from Magic Eden, and that entitles you to run that pNode. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's really a great idea. All right. I can create one tutorial if required, Bikram. Yeah, that would also be great, right? And Bikram, maybe you can help. Who's that here? Who was the guy that said, can't get it to work? Wonders of the World, right? So Yeah, Bikram, if you can help wonders of the world, that will be awesome also. Okay, Michael Hill. Hey, Michael, a long time no see. And Michael is asking, is there a site to see if your pNode have been properly onboarded? Well, there is a site where you can see whether it's properly set up. It's called that PNodes type of thing. So let me try and show you that here. Need to switch back from this one to this one. Boom. All right. And then let me show you the pNodes thing, right? pNodes.xandeum.network. So here you see your identity pub key and the manager wallet. And you can search here by owner or manager. And you see all of them here that have been set up, right? This is not onboarded. These are the ones that are set up. So we have 134 set up. So there's even 13 that have been set up, but not onboarded yet, right? So with the onboarding, you will get that confirmation. Once you click that final button and you make that $1 credit card payment, it'll say congrats. And I think you will even get an email. I'm not sure. Yeah, but maybe we can publicize a list of all the pNode, we cannot publicize the names or email addresses or anything just for data protection reasons, right? So that's your kind of personal information that you share with Xandeum and the Xandeum Foundation in order to enable these rewards to get paid out. But we cannot publicize that information. But you can always reach out, create a support ticket or something, or just ask Verena on Discord whether your pNode has been onboarded, right? And then and then we can give you that information. Okay. Good. Yes, there's an onboarding email. Yeah, thanks, Peter. I was suggesting that perhaps onboarded pNodes could be highlighted on the CNodes page. Yeah, that might be, but that actually would be quite an effort, right? Because the CNodes thing is just running on the DevNet, and the onboarding thing is like a centralized thing, right? It works with credit card, and it's you do it with a centralized company. It's tough to map it. It would be a lot of effort. It would be nice, yeah. And maybe we need something, when we go out to thousands of pNodes and stuff. Maybe we need to do it at some point in time. But for now, it's quite some effort here. All right, then banked. I plan to set up a much more powerful machine when it starts to earn. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great. And Michael Hill, even if you can update the CNodes with a check mark. Yeah, again, if it was that easy, it's not that easy, right? So, yeah, we'll figure something out. Problem understood. We need to have that feedback somehow. But in the meantime, you get an email, right? You get that message. Okay, thank you. You're onboarded, and you get an email. You can always search for that email in your email inbox. So it should all be there. But yeah, we want to grow. We want to have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and ultimately millions of pNodes all over the world. So as we grow, we need to automate more and more and more in so many different places, right? We just chose the path of, getting out there, getting it in your hands and in the early adopters as early as possible just to gain experience as much as we can and as early as we can. It's like move fast and break things. So that's our approach. And I believe, honestly, it's the only approach, right? The software business is super, super fast, and the crypto business is like breakneck speed, right? It's like 6 months is an eternity here, right? So we need to go as fast as we can, and I know that many people would love to see it even faster, and I would love to see it even faster. But we can go the speed that we can with the funds that we have, right? And it's we're just very, very capital efficient here, and going with very low burn rates, but they are still substantial and they will run out at some point in time. So we do need to have one or more fundraising schemes at some point in time, but we want to have Munich ready, right? We want to have a prototype ready, maybe even have the Wikipedia ready before we can credibly reach out to those VCs and get other rounds, or do something else. Hopefully the Xandsol becomes more and more of a success when we see real sol flowing into it, and then when you stake to our liquid staking pool, you'll see the storage rewards coming in and stuff like that, right? So if we have like not 33,000 sol in liquid staking in TVL as we have now, but we have 1 million sol or so, as some platforms have on Solana, right? It's not like something that's unreachable. And with 1 million sol in there, that would help us fund the development on a daily basis, just like that, right? So however you can spread the word about how great it is to liquid stake your sol with the Xandsol pool, let everyone know that you can reach, right? And the APY is fantastic, and again, we're paying out more than $200,000 worth of XAND only in rewards, only for season 2. Every season is 3 months, right? So for 3, that's $65,000 worth of XAND each and every month right now, right? So that is not bad. And if you have sol, you do anything else with your sol other than liquid staking it with the Xandeum platform, you're doing the wrong thing. You're acting against your own interest here, right? So let me show you that liquid staking again here. So it's so easy. It's xandsol.xandeum.network, right? And here we go. And let's connect some wallet here. And we have those 32,000 sol in TVL here, and we have that 15% APY, right? It's 7.88 base APY from the validators that are part of our pool, and plus the boosted XAND rewards of 6.79%, right? So yeah, let everyone know. And, if we go up here to, 500,000, 1 million sol, it is not that complicated. Then all the development effort will be funded just from that, right? And remember, all the income from that staking, they go directly into the DAO. They don't go to any centralized organization. They don't even go to Xandeum Foundation. They go directly to you guys, the XAND token holders, right? So honestly, it's the best thing you can do. Stake your sol liquid with the Xandeum liquid staking pool. All right. So then David again, there's a confirmation receipt. Yes. By the way, that Monitor UI sneak peek screenshot looks cool. I guess it is not part of Munich release. It is part of the Munich release. And by the way, I wanted to retweet that from the Xandeum account. I'm going to do that right after this video here. Yeah, it looks cool, and it's going to be, cooler even. But I really love it. And yeah, with all the problems that some of you have getting, above, behind the initial step of installing it. After you've installed it, everything is so easy. There is no other blockchain I know about that has such an easy interface as Zandminer, right? And yeah, many people are like, it's so difficult. There were many people that were able to install it, and there's many in the community out there that can help, right? I understand if you've never used any command line or something, then even it's only 3 commands that you need to do in the very, very beginning, and then after that, it's all point and click, and it's all web interface, right? I know of no other project, on that blockchain level, deep down there on the infrastructure level, that has it all with the Zandminer GUI. It's a nice looking GUI. You don't have to do any command line there, right? And also that UI here, that monitoring UI, right? It's like Solana needed years and years and years until they had something like that, which came out with the FireDancer client right now. So this is all super, super cool and user friendly. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I understand that installation can be a hurdle for some if you've never done that. But it's the only thing. It's only need to install it once, and then after that, we made everything so super, super easy, and we're going to make the installation more easy as well. Okay. Then Wonders of the World, at least I managed to deposit liquidity into the Zand pool via Radium. That is awesome. Thank you. And by the way, today is Thursday, so it's gonna, the 1 week rewards are gonna run out. We crushed this threshold of $69,000 in community-driven liquidity. We're already over 75 or something like that. So I announced I will double the rewards. I will do that also right after this video, and likely will fund the doubled amount of rewards all through for 30 days now instead of just 7 days. That way I don't have to top it up each and every week. And you have your rewards safe for the next 30 days. How does that sound? With twice the amount, right? So I'll take the 40,000 Zand and then multiply it by 2. That's 80,000 per week, right? And then I'll multiply that by 4.2 or something to get the amount for the whole month. So it's going to be 300,000 something, 320, 340,000 Zand, something like that for the next 30 days. So how does that sound? So liquidity provision is important. We've seen some uptick, some major uptick in trading volume, right? So we went from like 1,000 to 3,000 a day to consistently like 15,000 a day-ish. Recently, there's, ups and downs, obviously, but it has been quite consistent for the last few weeks now, that we have this higher level of trading volume. And if we can get it from 250K, where we're at right now, to hopefully like $1 million in like a month from now or 2 months from now, that would be fantastic. So, and thank you all so much for your help. There's a lot of rewards out there. The APY is also fantastic. I'm also happy that, it was not like they all take their SOL out of the liquid staking pool and sell some SOL for Zand and then put it in the liquidity. Of course, that would hurt our liquid staking pool. So it seems like you guys had some extra liquidity running on the sidelines and put that into our trading pool. So thank you everyone for that. The rewards are on the way. We're going to double the Zand rewards starting today. And yeah, that's awesome. Then more questions here. Michael Hill, you mentioned in the AMA about the airdrop 1. updated payments being days away. Did I miss it? That what came in between there is that we had an error in the XAND staking payouts. So I mentioned that in the beginning of this video. XAND staking was way too little. And you see that on Discord. A few people made us aware of that. And yeah, it's actually, about 8 million XAND in addition that will be paid out that weren't part of that. And we're finalizing that. So, and again, there's only one Bernie here and one Brad, and in the company. So we need to do that first. We need to fix the XAND rewards because that affects people that should have had their XAND rewards already, right? And you might actually be one of them. So we need to fix that first. Once we have that, we do the remaining part of airdrop 1, and then we do airdrop 2, and also, of course, we do a lot of Munich work to get the Munich release out and running. We're talking to the guys from Superteam. Superteam is a fantastic platform on Solana. You can check it out at earn.superteam.fun. So it's superteam.fun is the general platform, but the earn part where we can put our bounties for various things. That's earn.superteam.fun. We're not on there yet, but we're in discussion with those guys. And there will be a few quests out there to get people onboarded into the community and try out our liquid staking and try out this and try out that and get rewards for that when they complete the quest. So that's one thing. And the other thing is we're going to do these grants for developing either apps like setups on Xandeum with certain setups that we feel would be cool to showcase what we do. And then we put grants out there, right? And those grants will likely be a 5-figure USDC, right? So we will pay them out, not in XAND, but in USDC, because you need a team to develop that, right? And that's for one. And then also, it's not only setups, but it's also tools, like tools that we need to complete the Xandeum platform that make it a complete thing. And there are a few tools that we'd like to see, and we're going to put them out on Superteam Earn also. So you can, if you feel like you have some sort of development power here, you can earn your bounties there, and we'll let you know once we're out there on Superteam Earn. But that's all part of the Munich release, right? So we're working on that one also in parallel to developing the software. Okay. And Peter is also there from X. That's fantastic. It shows up in my list here, right? I have a merge list here while I do the video, and I see your comments on YouTube as well as the ones from X. So I see Peter's from X here. That's fantastic. So I can truly multitask here now. Then Michael Hill, okay, thanks. I reported the issue with the staking. Yeah. So thanks for that. There were like 2 or 3 guys that reported it, I believe. You were one of them. That's great. And yeah, we need to figure that out. And it was just a misunderstanding on Abi's side how the DAO works and all these DAO lockups and stuff like that. And just be aware, it has to be, the type of the lockup has to be a constant lockup. So there are some things that had a daily, some people had monthly, but it needs to be type constant. And then the duration needs to be 30 days or more. The more you have, the more voting power boost you get. But we're redoing all the math here. It's unfortunately, since we're using the Realms DAO to do that, it's a little bit complicated to figure all that out. And yeah, I have the updated list, and just in the process of getting personally reviewed by myself. And then we're going to make these available. All right, Cornell, good to see you again on Radium. Is it good to harvest the reward weekly, or can we let the reward accumulate for many weeks? Both is possible. If you harvest them, you can, do things with them to earn some additional yield. You could stake it with the DAO, for example, or things like that. So but there's no real clear winner of you should do this or that. I think both is possible. If you think like, oh, if I have to harvest it every week, I might forget it or something, then, let it just in there, and both ways don't hurt. All right. Moon Lady, will any updates be automatical for pNodes? They won't be really automatical, but you will be notified, and then it's just a quick SSH in there and a quick update command and then a restart command. So it's not going to be automatic as of now. It is still not automatic with Solana, right? And Solana is, as you all know, a $2-figure billion chain, right? So the market cap is substantial, and there's 2,000, 3,000 validators, and they all do the updates manually. But with, the pNodes, once we crush that 2,000, 3,000 limit that we have in Solana today, and we want to go tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, then it must be automatic. It must be a little bit like Helium or something like that, where these things happen. But as for now, there's a notification, and there's a quick and straightforward upgrade process. Sorry. Okay, good. So yeah, I think we're almost at an hour now. I like these longer form things, and I like your engaging with me now each and every video, even though we didn't announce it's an AMA, but I love to just have these dual focus, and I'll give you my updates and you ask me questions. Absolutely love that. All right, one last question here. Peter, thank you, and see you all on Discord. Just please don't ever respond to scam DMs. Okay. Yeah, don't, if there's DMs or so that from people that you don't know or don't have like triple verified, they might, pose as someone that right? It happens all the time. There's so many guys out there that are Brad at Xandeum, and you need to click really, really thoroughly to see if the full username, not just the display name that you see there, but the Discord username, whether it matches. Look at Discord member sense, and look at Xandeum server member sense, and see if that all makes sense, and talk to people first in public, and then kind of discuss, okay, I'm going to DM you now and stuff like that. There are too many impersonators out there that pose as someone that they are not, and then they ask you for something, and boom, your wallet is compromised. And it happens each and every day. Unfortunately, I hear these stories from everyone every day in the community. Be safe out there, right? Don't trust anyone there. Always double verify. Best thing is create support tickets, because that's a secure way to get in touch with us. All right. During updates, when the pNode may be down, how will this affect our performance score? Since everyone needs to do it and there is a downtime, it shouldn't affect that. However, we are working on schemes to minimize that, right? So first of all, not everyone will update at exactly the same time. So we have that redundance. So no data will be lost. For the doc, for example, and you can see that in the code when you look at it, it's open source now. The doc can be run in multiple instances. So what we're doing on the pNodes is we have 2 doc instances running. And we call these 2 instances Vega and Altair. So that's the kind of mythical story about the 2 persons, Vega and Altair. I think the story originated in China, if I'm not mistaken. Not many mythical stories coming from China. Most of them from places like Greece or India or something. This one, I think, is from China, but I'm not sure. But, those are the two that, kind of cannot be separated, right? So we have these two instances, Vega and Altair, and both are running at the same time, and you can do rolling upgrades. So when the dock is being upgraded, you can upgrade Vega first, and then you still have Altair running, so you're still online, right? And then after that, you can upgrade the other one. So we think about these things, and the same might be true or will be true with the pNodes as well. There might be two pod processes so that you can do rolling upgrades, right? So we want to be online as much as we can, but as long as that is not the case, feel free to be offline for a minute or two or 5 or 10, and it happens to Solana validators all the time. Some people have two pieces of hardware and they can do a handover to a fallback, and then they upgrade the main one, and then they hand back over to the main server. I do that with my Solana validator. By the way, if you want to support the Xandeum validator directly, it's still out there. You can still native stake if for some reason you don't want to liquid stake. You can also native stake to the Xandeum validator out there. It's still there, and we would still appreciate each and every sol that is staked there, right? So, yeah, great question. However, so that was Michael. Thank you, Peter. Peter, thanks for sharing your video in the Discord, for setting up the pNode. Fantastic idea for rolling updates. Yeah, thank you. And it will be live in Munich for the doc. And it might be live someday for the pNodes, especially when we go full BFT in the central hour. All right. And thank you, Moon Lady, Super Shine, my pleasure. All righty, good. So, if anyone of you is interested in kind of remotely appearing in one of my next videos, I can have a little like a side-by-side window, and I'm here on one side, and then you're on the other side. You can join via Zoom or a Google chat or anything like that. Let us know, right? Let us know somewhere. You can tag Verena. She can collect everyone that's interested, and then reach back out to me. And yeah, we can have you in one of the next videos. I also promised that to the guy that has provided the most liquidity. Unfortunately, it has been tough for us to really figure that out. We have around 70,000 in liquidity provided. If there's anyone out there that thinks they might be number one in liquidity provided, reach out to us in some way, open a support ticket or so, and let us know, hey, can you check? Maybe I'm the one. Then then we'll reach out to that person and verify that it's really a high amount of liquidity that was provided, and we can feature you in one of our next videos. And you can just report about why you support the Xandeum ecosystem and all these things. So I would love to make these videos a little bit more interactive and have you guys participate and have you guys appear here in the videos. That would be just awesome. And just to make things more interesting, if there's any females out there that I see in the chat and messages all the time, but if one of these would reach out also and be willing to report about their experiences here, that would give the whole thing some sort of extra diversity here. So I'd love to encourage everyone to just reach out. And yeah, all right. Good. So that was it. We're over an hour, or about an hour right now. Thanks again, guys, so much for participating, for all your engagement. It's always fun. And yeah, by the way, someone said interested, oh, that was Bikram. Yeah, of course. We can get you featured in or at least participate in one of the next videos. I'll reach out to you. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that and destroy that like button. Catch you later. Peace.